Well, hello there. It's time for another pop culture review. And this time we're going to review season 3 of The Boys. So The Boys is a series, it's a stream series on Amazon Plus. And The Boys follows the beats of a comic book by the same name. The basic idea of this comic book is that it is a spoof, it is making fun of kind of the superheroes and the superhero tropes. And really the whole kind of principle is that there's this big bad business organization that runs a group called the Seven, and those are kind of the lead superheroes, even though the world's full of superheroes. And really they lead this, and they have movies and all the other stuff, but really deep down the people of the Seven, with one notable exception, are bad. Well, two exceptions. You'll find that the leader of the Seven, Homelander, is a bad guy, is the villain of the show, and Anthony Starr plays that role amazingly. But the others are kind of somewhere in between. Is probably the best way to explain most of them. And really, as you get into season 3, the whole story kind of revolved in the first 2 seasons around how this group of guys, Billy Butcher, and several others, was going and wanted to kind of take down the superheroes. They wanted to take down the superheroes, expose them to what they really were. And part of it is that Butcher had a falling out with, or had a issue with Homelander over his wife and his family. And going into the season 3, that issue kind of came to a head. And as they get into season 3, the boys start off as kind of behind the government, and then they kind of discover things as they go, and they discover a character called Soldier Boy, who's played by Jensen Ackles. And that's really how the show kind of evolves from there. It evolves from there where there's battles between the ideas that the boys are going to face up against Homelander. They're using Soldier Boy to kind of even the score. And then they also end up using what they call temporary V, because there's this drug that makes these superheroes to give them temporary powers to even the score. And as you look at this season, The Boys is such an interesting show. It's so brutal. It's so over the top at times. I mean, there's an episode in this season that is very over the top. We'll just put it there. But really, as you start to look at the themes of the show and the way the show's constructed, it's amazing. You have to kind of, if you're somebody who's is prone to kind of disagree and not want to watch things that are a bit inappropriate, it's probably not for you. But the humor in it, and the stories in it, are very, very good. And Anthony Starr makes everything, as he's Homelander, makes everything better that he's in, because he's a villain that has up and down emotions, that kind of connects everything, and you see kind of the person behind him. It's just amazing. One of the best villains on TV, and there's rumors that he'll actually go into the MCU, which is great. And I think as you progress through the show, you'll appreciate it for what it is, and that it's a show that really has this kind of group of anti-heroes that are really trying to take down kind of the superhero tropes and big bad corporation. And you're seeing the kind of family dynamics and the dynamics between the individuals kind of play out, and the characters play out in such a kind of interesting and amazing way. I highly recommend this show, but definitely go into it knowing that you're going to watch it's a little inappropriate. That's definitely something you have to be aware of, and it's not made for kids.